All right, guys, let's talk about parallel and perpendicular lines. So first is parallel lines. Two lines that are parallel will have the same slope, but different y-intercepts. So we're looking for lines that basically are parallel to each other, exact same slope, but they have different starting points on that y-axis. All right, first problem, write the equation of a line that is parallel to the line y equals 2x minus 7 and passes through the point y, or 4, negative 5. So things you can do here is we want a parallel line, and it needs to have that slope of 2. So my slope of my new line would be a 2. Then, to find the y-intercept of the new line, there's a couple different ways you could figure this out. You could either use y minus y1 equals m, x minus x1, or you could do y equals mx plus b, slope intercept. Okay, I'm going to do y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, and then on the other one, I'll do y equals mx plus b. So you have both options, and you can choose which way you want to go. All right, so y minus y1. So I'll do y plus 5 equals my slope, which is 2, x minus 4. Okay, this is my equation of my new line, so I've answered that one. To find the y-intercept of the new line, I need to solve for y, because in order for me to find my y-intercept, I need to be in slope-intercept form. So, distribute my 2, and then subtract my 5. Y equals 2x minus 13. Okay, that is slope-intercept form. So that means negative 13 is my y-intercept. All right, so equation, y plus 5 equals 2x minus 4, y-intercept, negative 13, and the slope, 2. All right, next one. Write the equation of a line that is parallel to the line 3x plus 2y equals negative 12 and passes through the point 9, 1. All right, so for this one, I'm in standard form, and from standard form, I don't automatically know my slope. So to find my slope from standard form, I need to convert it into slope-intercept form. So I need to solve for y in my standard form first in order for me to actually have my slope. So I'll take 3x plus 2y equals negative 12. I'll subtract the 3x. And then divide everything by 2. So y equals negative 3/2 x minus 6. That is my slope of this original line. And that's my y-intercept of the original line. So I'm going to make a new line that passes through 9, 1, but it has to have this exact same slope. So the slope of my new line will be negative 3/2. Then, to find my y-intercept, you could go and do this way, or like I just said, I'm going to use the y equals mx plus b way. So what you do is 1 is your y, so I'm going to plug in 1 for y, and then m is negative 3 over 2. Then for my x, I'm going to plug in that 9, and then plus b. 1 equals negative 27/2 plus b, and then add it. You get b equals 29/2. All right, so for my brand new line, I have this slope of this and then the y-intercept of this. So my y-intercept would be 29 halves. And then my equation, I'll plug this in for m and this one in for b. Y equals negative 3 halves x plus 29 halves. That is a lot of information in a small space. This is my equation. All right, next one. The equation of line A is y equals 1/2 x plus 2. Line B passes through the point 2,564. Are these parallel? So you're checking to see if line A and B has the same slope. So my slope for line A is 1/4. Then for B, I can figure that out. You can subtract them. Y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, or you can do the table and find your change in y over change in x. Either way works, whatever way your math or your brain works. So I'm just going to do y2 minus y1. So 4 minus 5 and 6 minus 2. That gives me negative 1 over 4. Negative 1 over 4 is not the same thing as 1/4, so no, these are not parallel. All right, last one for parallel lines. What is the equation of a line that is parallel to the line x plus 4y equals 8 and passes through the point negative 12, 2? Okay, kind of like the one above, you do need to first make sure you figure out your slope from your standard form. So you need to solve for y. So subtract x from both sides. Then divide everything by 4. Okay, what's tricky here is that don't forget there's always this implied 1 with x. So this is actually a negative 1/4 x plus 2. So my parallel slope or my same slope is going to be negative 1/4. That's the slope I want to use for this new line that passes through negative 12, 2. Then I will go ahead, I like point slope form better, so I'm going to do that. You're welcome to do this way to figure out your equation. But it just says write an equation, so I could leave it in point slope form or I could do slope intercept form. Either one works. So I'm going to do y minus y1, so y minus 2 equals negative 1/4 x plus 12. Done. All right, moving on to perpendicular lines. So perpendicular lines, these are slopes of two lines that are perpendicular, will be opposite reciprocals. So opposite means change the sign. Reciprocals means to flip. So if you want non-math words to say, you would say change the sign and flip it. Either make it a fraction or flip your fraction upside down. So our examples, write the equation of a line that is perpendicular to the line y equals negative 2x minus 3 and passes through the point 8, 7. All right, so negative 2x plus 3. My original slope is negative 2. Remember, if I want to make that into a fraction, I would just put it over a 1. It's easier if you make things into a fraction, so that way when we flip it, it actually can be flipped. So if it's not a fraction already, put that 1 on the bottom. Okay, we're going to change the sign, so this will become a positive, and we'll flip it. So it'll become a positive 1/2 when we make it the opposite reciprocal. So my slope of my new line is 1/2. All right, then find the y-intercept. You can do either way. I'm going to switch it up and I'm going to do the y equals mx plus b way. I'm going to plug in 7 for y, 1/2 in for m, and 8 in for x. Solve for b. B has to be 3 here. So then my equation is y equals positive 1/2 x plus 3. Because remember, this is my m, and that's my b. All right, next one, write an equation of line that is perpendicular to the line 2/3 x minus 2 and passes through y, or 4, negative 4. So 2/3 is going to become, flip it and change the sign. So it's positive, so it's going to become negative, and I'm going to flip it, so it'd be 3/2. So negative 3/2. That's my slope of my new line. All right, then I can do y minus y1, so that'd be plus 4, equals negative 3/2 x minus 4. Then we distribute. That is positive 12 over 2, which is 6. Y equals negative 3/2 x, subtract my 4, plus 2. So 2 is my y-intercept. And then my equation of my line is this one. All right, next question. Line A passes through the point 2,554. Line B is perpendicular to line A and passes through 6, 5. What is 6, negative 5? What is the equation of line B? So first we need to find the slope. So you got to find your differences in y. So 14 minus 5 is 9. And 5 minus 2 is 3. All right, then so that I can flip it into the opposite reciprocal, I'm going to make it a fraction, opposite sign, and flip, so negative 3/2. Then I'm going to do point slope form. Y minus y1, so plus 5, equals m, negative 3, negative 1/3, sorry, x minus 6. All right, and the last one. You can go ahead and do that one on your own and see what you get. You should end up with y equals 3/2 x plus 11 if you want to do slope-intercept form.